We are so excited to be entering strong into season 11 Texas State Songwriters Championship. This year, we've decided to open our shows up for donation tickets and free online viewing. We hope you catch a show, texasstatesongwriters.com.
See 30 then. This old guitar was my escape. Never dreamed it'd lead you my way. Your soul's a reflection of mine. You showed up in perfect time. You're my reason why. Like a harmony you melt right in. You set me on fire. Baby, you're my ride or die.
They were nominated for American Duo of the Year. Y'all been seeing a lot of them here lately in the last couple of years on our page. Thank you guys for joining us tonight in the studio. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, hi, Cynthia. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're doing great. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. I am so excited for you guys. So you reached out, like you're from the West Coast, and I'm going to let you say, where are you from? What state are you from? Minnesota, right?
Minnesota. Yep.
Okay, I got it right. There are a lot of states in here, and the states question was the question that I told you pre-show that was going to throw you off later.
Right. Yes.
The states thing, because there was something confusing in the email. It was pretty funny. Thank you guys for being on top of that. If you guys are a radio station and you're listening, this couple is up for Duo of the Year for a reason. They are organized, they are a team, they are professional. And they're going to send you an interview prep email. Like, I don't know that I've gotten one of those yet. Maybe one, and I just don't remember it. So congratulations to you two for being on top of your business.
Yeah.
How long have you been performing?
Two of us. Sorry, what was that?
How long have you been performing?
So together about 8-9 years.
Yeah.
Yep. We had a cover band for a while, and we had a lot of fun doing that. Played a lot of bars and patios and all of that stuff. Had a lot of great times there. And then we started this new venture, Leavin Pagetown, as our duo, January of 2024, I believe.
Yeah. First time bringing our original music to the world. So
yes.
Yeah.
January of 2024. Well, how long have you guys been coming down to Texas? Because you've been coming down here almost as long as you've been performing then.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. In Pagetown anyway.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. It's definitely part of our brand and our new lease on our music is touring more and making Texas a big part of that scene. A big part of our music because just we love it so much. It influences a lot of what we do, and we love being down there too. The venues and the music and all of the things.
We have family down there too, so.
Right, and you guys look like you fit into that Southern hospitality image anyway.
and I've been coming down. My sister's actually been in Austin for 28 years. So I've been coming down there many times over that 28 years. So I feel I've always had a connection with Texas, and I honestly don't know how many times I've made that trip down I-35. When I was younger, it was all in one shot. We just get on the road and moonlighted. But no, that's
The older you get, the bigger the car. So you guys have a camper. You had a camper, and now you just got a new one, right?
Well, we have the fifth wheel camper. Mm-hmm. Yep, and that's what we bring down to Texas when we stay for months on end. This last trip we were there for 3 months, I believe.
Yeah, yep. That's our home away from home. It's pretty comfortable in there that way for spending a long period of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're doing that in the winter, like a Florida snowbird. You're just coming to Texas in the winter. Is that what's going on?
We're trying to not be kind of pigeonholed into the snowbird aspect, but just timing wise, our Texas tour does tend to work out to be in the coldest months of the winter in Minnesota. So
nice to leave Minnesota then.
Absolutely, because I'm sure that, because you guys have a lot of wide open spaces. So I'm sure you kind of almost have what Chicago has with that lake effect snow, to where there's nothing blocking that wind. That's going straight through your bones. Yeah. I remember the last winter I had was the winter right before COVID, 2019. And everybody freaked out when COVID happened and they started doing the online learning. But Illinois had online learning in like November, December of 2019 and I've never experienced this. I'm from the Midwest, but it got to negative 30 degrees for an entire month. Us schools don't have AC or heat up there. So there was no school. Tires were frozen to the ground. Like the grocery store wasn't even open. You might as well have thought it was Thanksgiving for 30 days. Like it was.
Yeah. It gets cold. That's for sure.
And I've worked outside in the wintertime up here most of my life. And I just, the last several years have been a major part of the decision to we're going to follow the weather a little bit with our music and develop this into something more, a lifestyle, and putting our music and get that out there and just an all around type of deal.
Yeah.
Well, it's beautiful to watch. I absolutely love your guys' little videos from the van and the things that you're doing. It's cool to see, and I can't wait to see how you guys deck out this new set of wheels.
The new van, we are super excited about.
Yeah,
that. Like it was the last trip to Texas. So we got home in
beginning of April.
Yeah, beginning mid-April with our fifth wheel, and then we actually flew back to Texas in the middle of May to do some shows. We got to play at Riley's Tavern down there. We were pretty pumped about that.
That was awesome.
But we did a few shows, and we went out to Port Aransas and did a few things, and flying with the guitars and the luggage and all of the things, and then renting a car and in and out of hotels the whole time. And we thought I think there's a better way, because we have some West tours. We have a West tour coming up, and we're like, I think a van would be a good idea for our shorter tour trips. So
you brought it up. So it said Out West tour is going to be in late August. Yes. Montana, South Dakota. So which is it, or is there a Montana, South Dakota?
Yeah. Yeah.
Both, yes. Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, all that. We're going to hop in the van. Hopefully it'll be done by then. That's our goal, is to have it done by then. But yeah, we have some shows out there and playing along the route. We have one in Red Lodge. Where are some of the other towns?
Helena, Montana. Spearfish, South Dakota.
Yeah. So
and we're working on a handful more every day. We're working on trying to get some more landed out there. Yep. So some things in the works. So we figured that'd be a beautiful time to be out in Montana and South Dakota, late August.
It's a great thing to combine the love of travel and music, and then to do it together. So it's the best of all of the worlds, in our opinions.
So I think the two of you need to possibly think about like upstate New York in the early fall.
Oh, okay.
It's absolutely beautiful. And I know that they really dig that country sound up there. And I think it'd be, because you get into some different places, like different energy, different vibes. Traveling is so good for your mind and your soul and just everything. Tell us the story about the song Ride or Die that we just heard on the intro.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Don.
Oh, all right. Well, that was the first song that we ever released to the world. Like that was our kind of our presentation of Leavin Pagetown. And we started writing that in Nashville. Like it started literally on a park bench in Nashville, Tennessee, which is kind of cool that's how it came about. You know, when you talk about energy, that town, man, is something
inspiring.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And we just we started the song there and had an opportunity to get in a room with Josh Morningstar for a couple hours and got to see his brain at work. And he took, like, we had the song complete with the lyrics and everything, and he put his twist on it and brought some things to light with the song. And the thing just went on a full journey from there. Like the producer we worked with, he had a lot of insight on the song too, and how to just mold it into what it was. And it was such a great experience for us because we had not professionally recorded before that. So to take that idea from the park bench and then get to go through all these processes with all these talented people, that it was amazing.
It was a great experience. Yeah. And we love the song so much. Of course, we're a little biased, but we feel like it's such a great, like, I don't know, it's a good representation of us as a couple and as musicians. Yeah,
because we both, we have, as we like to call, previous lives before we found each other. So it's part of our journey to finding each other, and then just that the magic that we get every day out of it now, like it's pretty special.
Yep, agreed.
That's absolutely awesome. I know that we have been spinning that song since it came out.
Yeah.
We have another song. Shout out to Birdie Young, y'all. She's saying, I absolutely love Leavin Pagetown.
I saw something. Like, wait a minute.
Thank you.
Sweet.
We have another song called Tattoos and Chivalry.
Yes.
Scoop on that.
That's the song for the ladies. So that is one. Well, that one we actually wrote in Texas, in South Padre, last year, I believe. Yeah. So I felt inspired to write a song based on Tony and, just being this guy right here, hardworking man. And he treats me like a lady. He treats me so nicely, and he's just always opening the door for me and, all of the things. And I had a few different ideas rolling around in my head for ideas and for the song. And I talked to some of my girlfriends about it and, how do I say this? How do I make this make sense? And then it was when we were in South Padre, Tony opened the camper door for me. And I turned to him and I said, tattoos and chivalry, what a delicious combination. And that's a line from a TV show. But he looked at me and he said, well, that should be the title of your song, because he knew I was struggling with piecing it together.
I'm like, there it is.
Yep. And then once we had the title, I was like, okay, there's the title. And then it just poured out the rest of that afternoon. But that's a fun one.
This is one that pretty much you then took over and wrote?
Well, we wrote it together,
I surprisingly put more lines in here than I probably should have.
The room was dark and crowded when I first laid eyes on you. You had a shiner on your eye, faded old tattoos. You smiled, said care to sit, miss, pulled out the chair for me. You held my hand as I sat down. You had me at tattoos and chivalry.
Wow, that song sounds like you're just walking into like this really high class, old school, like it's really dark and so a saloon, like
Yes.
you feel it, that bluesy sound in there too.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
Happy you said that because we wanted to paint a picture.
Yep.
And then the whole song, it tells the story. You know,
Mhm.
that's where they met, and you know, he takes her dancing, and you know, I love a good storytelling song.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, that must be why you guys love Texas too, because that's what they're known for down here, telling stories.
Well, I don't know. There's a line where it says he asked my favorite song, went up and tipped the band, and then Tony says George Strait the chair in the background.
Callback.
Because that is my favorite song, so he does the little callbacks.
What's your favorite song, Tony?
George Strait the chair. That's
both of your favorite songs.
What's my favorite song? Great question.
Yeah.
That's a great question. I don't know.
You love the Turnpike.
I know. I do. I really dig the Turnpike Troubadours. Like we cover a lot of their songs because I love them so much. But I don't know.
They just had one of the top dance songs on Texas last week. I do believe they might have been number one.
Oh,
Yeah, was it the Ruby? Am I going to say that right? I'll say it wrong.
Ruby Ann?
Yeah,
I think it's Ruby Ann. Yeah. I wouldn't have known had you not said the first part. But I think it's Ruby Ann.
Because I actually dig into their old, like the Diamonds and Gasoline is probably one of my top songs. I just love that.
So what other artists do you cover? Because we know that, you know, it's a world of puppet mastery out here and they want to know what songs you cover. So what are some other artists that you cover?
I do some Lainey Wilson, Casey Musgrave, some Miranda.
Morgan Wade.
We do
Ashley
some
McBride. I'm thinking of all of
I-
hers first while I think about
You do some Tyler Childers, Turnpikes.
Ryan Bingham. Cody Jinks. I'm a huge Cody Jinks fan as well.
Yeah. Parker.
Some Parker. Yeah. We just started doing that Stoney LaRue song. Brandon Jenkins song that Stoney did.
Feet Don't Touch the Ground.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
I love that right there. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And Feathered Indians by Tyler Childers.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. We actually just did that with the full band for the first time last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
but yeah,
last weekend.
Yeah.
Onamia days.
Nice. It's definitely a good jam. We are, if you're tuning in right now, talking to some independent songwriters who are out there working every day, grinding every single day to just bring joy and spread joy into the world. Give them a follow. This too is very amazing about the positivity. They have like a positivity channel. They're awesome over there. So give them a follow.
So nice.
Well, we feel that in everything we're able to do, and
thank you for all of your support. Always, you're always
absolutely. I love watching your guys' stuff come up. It's refreshing.
We appreciate it.
You guys have a jam at the lake this weekend. Which lake is that? You're going to be with which one?
Lake Stram. Yep, it's a music festival. It's it starts Wednesday actually, and it goes through Sunday.
Yeah.
A ton of artists.
Yeah.
Riley Green, Gary Allen.
Yeah, Little Texas,
Raylan. They do one night of rock and 2 nights of country.
Yeah. So Daughtry's, I think, the headliner for
the rock
Thursday night, and
Everclear.
Yeah.
And there's a ton more than that. That's just what I can think of off the top of my head.
You probably have a list.
And then I think they have 4 stages too. That's the main stage. They have the campground stage, which we're running.
Yep.
We get to perform out of there, and then there's a bunch of other artists who are performing out of that. They have the Busch Light stage and the Bud Light stage, and
I lose track after a while.
That's a lot of stages. I mean, just this. First off, you said Everclear, and you probably sent everyone listening back to like high school.
Yeah. 90s rock. Yeah, I love it.
Who did they?
They had
what they have last year that brought me right back. I was like, yes.
They do some 90s rock, and it's good. Yeah, it's good stuff.
It sounds like a heck of a lineup. And if you guys aren't familiar with who these people are, you probably will recognize the song Riley Green saying, "I wish grandpas never died." Little Texas, God Bless Texas. If you don't know that song, you should just probably stop watching my show.
Yeah, you stop watching Texas Brew Radio right now. Yeah.
Like, if you have never heard of that song in your life, you need to like probably be stuck in a room with a whole bunch of different genres and be seasoned with some music. Gary Allen, Every Storm Runs Out of Rain. Ray Lynn sang God Made Girls. That's such a good song.
Yeah.
I love her.
I'm excited for you guys this weekend. I mean, that's, to be able to perform with names like that and then just to be able to be around that energy. That's going to be a lot of energy.
Yeah, it is so much fun. And they have a bunch of other stuff too. They have mud trucks and watercross and drifting. It's a huge event. So we're really excited to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then July 12th, we have our second Saturday of every month, Jokes and Strokes, but you guys are going to the Bellamy Brothers. You're going to be opening for the Bellamy Brothers and Wade Hayes.
Yes. Yeah.
We're very excited.
Yeah, we're actually, we're main stage right ahead of Wade Hayes and the Bellamy Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And we're kicking off that show with a Turnpike Troubadours tune, in fact. But then we'll be playing all of our Leavin Pagetown music, which is so exciting to us because, like Cindy said earlier, we had a cover band for years, and we had a lot of great times playing in different areas and festivals and bars and stuff. But to be able to get on a stage of that caliber with our own music is it's really unbelievable to us. We never thought that would be someplace we would be able to get and have we have a kick-ass band that it's professionals that, I don't know, they're amazing. Even if we just sat for 90 minutes and watched them play, that's so they just elevate our show so much. It's so cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're pretty honored to have them be willing to hop on stage with us and do this with us. So
it really, like I said, with the Puppet Mastery and us only getting to hear the top 40 songs on most of the stations, it really is a blessing that you still are able to do that. And and it's beautiful that you have that opportunity. I mean, stories heal, music heals, and then not only are you guys getting the benefits of bringing joy to others, because that's, the most joy you get is when you give it to others. You reap what you sow, like you do. And so, I mean, man, that's just going to be an amazing time. And I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about your experience. Have you opened for other big name people before? Is this kind of like the first year of having this?
We've had a couple, or I guess it was more of when I was doing some more solo stuff years ago. I had a couple opportunities to open. Actually, Mo Bandy was one of them I got to open for. Clinton Gregory, and we opened for
Charlie Farley.
Farley.
Yeah. We did with our cover band. We opened for Hairball.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Our little town here in Minnesota. They had it was the bank's, was it 125th anniversary?
Yeah.
And they brought in Hairball to this little park in Malacca, and it brought in tons and tons of people. Yeah. It was a cool event, and they had we opened for them, and another gal, a local gal, opened as well. And it was a lot of fun. It was a great night.
It was a great night. I just want to say, I want to shout out to Huff Entertainment because they're the ones that booked us for Iconic Fest to put us on that stage ahead of the Bellamy Brothers. And we just, again, feel fortunate and are so thankful to them for taking that leap of faith in us because we obviously booked it a long time ago, and they trusted us to bring something to the stage there that was going to mean something. And,
we love them. Eric and Carolyn, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's absolutely awesome. And it says a lot about your character. Somebody he's willing to take that risk because you guys have only been doing it with this band for 2 years. So that's pretty big, for them to say, okay, well, write some songs and we'll see you later.
yeah, let's hope this works out.
Don't screw
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I tell my artists every time they're like, Cynthia, can I do this? I'm like, you can do whatever you want. I am not the puppet master, but if it sucks, it's your fault.
Oh, you
Right.
have to
It's your show. Like, I mean, do what you want. I'm not putting anybody in boxes. I'm not doing that. And I don't fit in a box. I don't. And I color the whole page. So
I love that.
I like it.
So Nashville in November, the Josie Music Awards. Tell us about that.
So excited.
Mhm.
Yeah, we found out we were official nominees for Americana Duo of the Year.
Mhm.
And we were, I don't know, shocked and so
Yeah.
humbled, and
Like we had no clue. Someone actually
expectation.
messaged us. Another musician messaged us and said they've been keeping an eye on the roster and they saw our name. We didn't even know.
Yeah.
So it was a cool way to find out, actually, to have
Yeah.
a fellow artist reach out to us and let us know that. And
Mhm.
then,
But yeah, we were blown away. I mean,
yeah,
pretty
they
darn amazing.
I don't know. They posted a post. We weren't sure the whole logistics of it all, but they just posted that there was over 80,000 submissions to the Josie Awards, and only 2.8% are nominated. So I don't know. It means so much to us. Like we
Mhm.
talked about earlier, like just putting our nose down and just working. Like we have zero expectations of awards or accolades or
Mhm.
anything, and to be recognized by that type of award too, where it's industry professionals. It's not popularity contest.
Mhm.
So it's people who actually looked at what we were doing and respected us enough, and we stood out enough that they wanted to recognize us, which was.
Yeah,
It's just amazing. Like I
so cool.
about fell off this chair that I'm sitting in when I got the message. So
Tony came in. I was in the house, so we're sitting in the studio right now, which is in our garage. And I was in the house, and I'm sure you'll want me to tell everyone this, but he actually had a little tear in his eye when he came in the house and told me. And yeah, I think I about fell over too. I was like, what?
Yeah. I don't know how many hours I was on. Just this, Cynthia, like 100% focused on the computer. You're just working as fast as you can, getting as much done as you can. And it was about 4 hours deep into one of those sessions, and that message popped up, and I was like, oh.
Right? You were about to have to order a sandwich, and then you I get that. I'm like, man, and these they tell you that social media and being on your phone is actually like it causes anxiety.
I believe that.
100%.
And then, because we use it to get rid of our anxiety, because we use it like as a fidget spinner, it actually creates an addiction to anxiety. Like,
Yeah, it's a vicious circle.
I believe that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
touch grass outside and take your shoes off and just walk in the yard.
Yes.
Mm.
That is
Make
so
that the
true.
new fidget spinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So while you're in Nashville at this, that's at the Grand Ole Opry. Like I remember going there and being so fascinated with this place when I was like 8 years old. I guess some distant cousins of mine, hopefully they'll someday, realize my grandma's name was Nancy Travis. She brought me to your place in Nashville when I was like 8 years old. I was going to say something. Oh, anyway, you guys are recording up there. Like, I'm like this squirrel. I'm like my grandma. 50 other memories popped up, and we're here.
Yeah, but they brought you to the Grand Ole Opry.
There we go. Yes, they did. It was like being in there as a kid. Like it was. Like an indoor, it was almost like a planetarium. Like there was I remember seeing plants everywhere, and it was decorated for Christmas, and it was just like this big, it was a lot to take in. It was a lot to take in. Yeah. I remember that. And tons of country singers everywhere, and it was pretty awesome experience.
Yeah. Hi, Donovan.
Yes, that's Dirt Road Troubadours. Absolutely. You guys have to follow them. If you're not following them, you need to follow them.
Okay.
We probably are.
I'm gonna write it down.
Their mom tracked me down and wrangled me in like stray cattle to go take a picture with them when we were at the T3 Awards. And I'm forever grateful for it because I literally was having a panic attack because there were so many people. And she's like, just come with me. Just come with me. And I'm like, where are we going? Okay, let's do that. Even though, like, you know, after 20 years of being in front of a camera, that's like the last place I want to be. But, you know, knowing that people care and that like it was a distraction for me too. It was amazing. And watching them ever since then, because they won one of the new songs of the week. And then I met them there. And then they have just been wow ever since. Like
amazing.
Mom's popped out on stage with them already. And you know, they're releasing videos of them praying in the back, you know, backstage, which is just absolutely, you know, just beautiful to see.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very cool.
Well, you guys are competing against each other. You're going to get to know each other one way or another. As Uncle Rhino always says, alone we go faster, but together we go further. So it's not about the competition. It's about the journey.
This is true.
We rise together.
They say people on the bottom compete, people on the top collaborate. And I fully believe that.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And that's what we love to do. We love to help and network people together. And then, like, I mean, that's our job. We're called to plant the seeds and watch them grow. Like, that's literally what I do all day long is plant seeds. And then I just get to, you know, scroll through my anxiety reels when when I'm bored or whatever causes me to get on my phone. And just see all this beautiful stuff that comes out of the little things that, you know, we plant as a collective. Right. Because with having the network that we have, it's no longer everyone out there being a lone wolf for themselves. They have friends. They know that they can call on. They know they can call us. It's just really been an absolutely amazing experience. And Dirt Road Troubadours said they're just excited to be there. They don't, whether they win or lose, they're just excited to be there. And I'm sure that Leavin Pagetown feels the same. Sure. They almost fell out of the chair.
Yeah. Well, we see all the work that you're doing with those other artists too. Like we follow your journey as well every day on my addiction machine. Like that's a necessary evil, as you know, in our business. So, but it is a breath of fresh air watching you and your artists, all the work that you're doing and watching them rise. It's just it's so cool. Like it's fantastic.
I can tell you the reason they're rising is because they're matching my efforts.
Sure.
It doesn't matter what I do because I can do the same thing for 100 people and only 3 of them are going to pick it up and do something with it. So I had to learn how to let that stop letting that bother me. It is definitely, if you don't stay plugged in, the lights don't stay on. Like you have, and I don't have time to chase anybody. I'm like drowning in my to-do list. Thank you, Donovan. Love you guys. Hope you guys are having a great week.
Yeah.
So you guys are recording while you're in Nashville with a man who wrote a song for Case Harden that went all the way to #1. The song is called "Are You With Me?" Tell us about Jeff Dayton, guys.
Yeah. Well, we met him at the Minnesota State Fair last August. He was doing a set there. He was doing a show there at the Bob Country booth. And we went there and we watched his set and he was amazing as always. And we chatted with him after and we just kind of hit it off and exchanged emails and and then how long after that? Was it a couple months later?
Yeah, it was we knew we were headed for Nashville that November. I think we met him in September, early September, late August, and I had his email, and I checked out his schedule, and I did a little creeping, you know.
He does a little stalking sometimes.
And I'd get a little stalkerish, but you know, I found Jeff's schedule and kind of saw that when he would be around in Nashville, and hit him up just to say, hey, you know, it was great to meet you, and we'd love to sit down with you if we could. to do some writing and see what we could come up with. And he said, I'll be home these dates and let's do it. So we did, and it was, I mean, that was another thing. We felt pretty honored because it's not a lot of what he does is not co-writing. I think he's working on his 18th album of songs that he puts out. And he's had cuts. I think that might've been Case's second or third of his that he brought to #1 of Jeff's songs. And like, I believe George Strait has cut his songs, and he's toured with Kenny Chesney. Like he was Glenn Campbell's band leader for 14 years. Like this guy's resume is.
We are not cool enough to be in the same room as him, but somehow he let us in the room.
He let us in the room, and then we've developed a friendship now. Like we've gone out to dinner a few different times, and he's so entertaining in that way.
Yeah.
Also an unbelievable songwriter, and we came out of that one session with what we feel is a banger of a song, and it's actually kind of our anthem. It's the title will be Leavin Pagetown. I mean, I believe it's the story of Page Township, like of us and our home and our it's
our families are mentioned. My dad, his sister,
and it was really interesting co-writing that because it's a lot of personal things that just he was able to take those personal things and say them in a little bit different way, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
and then
he's very cool. After
making that connection with him and spending the time and going to dinner and stuff and just being humans, just making a genuine connection with him. He actually said he was very interested in producing the song. Like he wants us to record it in Nashville with his people there, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah,
but it's an opportunity we're not going to pass up. So
I know that Katie Beth Mim, one of our artists, just went up there recently to record, and Donovan said they just got back yesterday from doing 15 hours, and they're on their way to the beach.
Nice.
Good idea.
Enjoy, yes.
Yeah. I know that you guys like to spend a lot of time on the beach down here in Texas.
We sure do. Yeah. South Padre, Port Aransas. That's beautiful.
It's a beautiful area down there too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
We're going to change our route a little bit this upcoming tour, Texas tour. We're gonna station a little bit more central Texas for the bigger part of our time, just so we can branch out. It's a lot easier to branch out from central, as you know, central
Right.
Texas. From South Padre, it's a little challenging to get to your events in Fort Worth was quite a journey to be able to get up there. Where if we're more centrally located, we'll be able to plan out our routing a little bit easier.
Right.
But we'll spend a week or two on the beach for sure.
Yeah, we won't be missing. We won't go down there without spending some time on the beach.
Well, you'll have to look up Dance Time in Texas. He lives there off of Lake Conroe, and go hang out with him in your RV and get to know him. He's absolutely amazing. He does the top 10 dance songs in Texas, but every once in a while he interviews artists and flips them in there. And then he also has Stars Over Texas TV, which is on Roku. So definitely check that out.
I'm writing it down right now.
We take notes.
On it. They're on it. You're not going to get anything past them. They're on it. Oh man, we kind of made it through a lot of this stuff. I've been that guy. What's the story?
Oh,
Hey, you're wearing the shirt. Was that planned?
it was actually.
Oh, okay.
I've been that guy. Well, that I mean, it's definitely. Oh yeah, sorry, I just saw Donovan's message come across. Oh yeah,
Winners and losers in Nashville. Yes,
that's where we like to stay when we go there. And they're in that
love
area.
that area. Yep.
Midtown. Yeah, I've been that guy. Like I said before, I worked outside in the wintertime here in Minnesota most of my life, and that started when I was about 12 years old. I started working, done everything from cutting hay to pouring concrete to landscaping to underground utility to you name it when I was young. And then I've been self-employed since I was 21 years old. And my brother and I spent pretty much the rest of the years with a logging and sawmill operation up here in Minnesota. So I working with my hands has been my life. And I was driving on Highway 169 near Malacca on a Friday, and this little car passed me up with these 4 young guys all wearing their safety vests and their hard hats. And I just out loud in the truck, I said to myself, I've been that guy, because I had been that guy many times, and the memories came flooding back. And I jotted that idea down and went to Cindy and said, I want to build off of this idea. I've been that guy, because it was basically peeling back the onion on my life. Like had a lot of fortune and a lot of misfortune throughout it. And with everything, you try and learn from every little piece of it, whether it's good or bad. And we started putting those pieces together, let's say, in this tune. Like it's everything in here is stuff that has happened to me or been part of my life. And so it was and this one, actually, we connected with a friend of ours, Benny James, on the co-write with this as well. Same thing. We had it lyrically written and a melody to it, and we wanted something a little bit more out of it. And he came with a really good idea of just presenting it as a conversation versus me just telling you that this is the guys that I've been. It presented the song as more of a conversation, which really flipped a switch for us.
Yeah,
that
really made the song.
Yeah, he gave us a little bit of hints in the chorus there too. But yeah, it's really, I don't know, it's really a meaningful song to me and my family, because we lost my mom when she was 51 years old to cancer, and she fought a long battle, and it was, I don't know, my brother and sister, we were all at different ages when it happened, and deal with it differently. And I don't know, it's crazy to think that 25 odd years ago, it still affects me, and I know it affects them too on a day-to-day basis. Like it's not something that ever just goes away. Like it's a day doesn't go by you don't think of it in some way. So the songwriting has definitely been a bit of therapy for us. Just with things that have happened in Cindy's life as well. And that's the beauty of it, like we get to
free therapy.
It's free therapy. We get to share some joy. We also get to share our stories and hopefully somebody connects with it and can maybe put themselves in the same shoes and understand that, like, I don't know, like it's a
connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not alone.
You're
not alone. Yes. If you guys, anybody out there listening, are struggling or know someone struggling, get the book, The Body Keeps the Score. Our brains, they used to just put labels on us and tell us that we were damaged and we were going to be stuck like that for the rest of our life. But science says that our brains can be rewired, and that book will tell you how. So those memories, they do serve a purpose. Sometimes they are over serving and need to be put in check, and that book will definitely help. Donovan said his good friend writes in Nashville for Luke Bryant and Tim McGraw and Tracy Lawrence. He said he hopes you all the best of luck on your journey. He'll see you in Nashville. If you see them, they're like the double mint twins. You're going to be seeing double vision, so you'll know which ones they are. But
we'll make sure we're following them. We'll make sure we're following them, and absolutely, we'll drop you a message. Yeah.
They're from Louisiana, so they're not Texas either. Y'all can just grab arms and elbows and go your way through the state. It was funny how you were saying that being in Central Texas makes you closer to everything. Where I'm at on the because we're up here on the Oklahoma border. Like I can either go down and visit y'all in St. Padre, or I can just go to Chicago. It's about the same distance.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. Well, we laughed. We were on our way down. We were like, when we hit the Texas border, we're halfway there.
Across the entire country.
Ridiculous. It really, really is. Donovan's got to go. He said, nice chatting with y'all. He will see you later.
Nice. Thank you
We are going to we are going to listen to I've Been That Guy and let y'all get back to life, because I know how long it takes to mine emails.
Yeah. I do want to real quick give a quick shout out too to Greg Huberty. He was our producer on all of these songs.
Yeah.
And he was amazing. He added a lot. On Go On and Fly, he came up with the melody even. And a lot of the songs he workshopped with us. And yeah, he's amazing. Greg Huberty.
Yeah. The amount of hours that we logged in the studio with him is amazing. He was very patient with us through the whole experience, and it was fantastic.
It's a great first experience, first time for us. So.
Yeah, he's super talented too, and got an unbelievable ear on him. It's crazy.
Yeah, like, golden ear.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super excited for you guys. I hope that you make some amazing friends when you go to Nashville, because that's what it's really about. Yeah. I want to encourage people, if you're out here, you've heard these people talk about how many songwriters work with so many other songwriters. I can tell you that if you want to get to the top, the only way you're going to do that is by making friends. You have to have battle buddies. You have to find people that are similar to you or like-minded and plug in with each other and bounce ideas and bounce venues. Because I can tell you that almost every OG songwriter I have come across in this state that's been doing it for any sort of time has performed with or written songs with Willie. Like they're just, you have to do what those guys did, and they didn't just scroll on their Facebook liking posts. They actually socialized.
You got to get in the room. You got to get in the room.
Be a good hang. That's number one rule, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. Heck yeah, thank you. Dirt Road Troubadour said music saved their life in so many different ways, and I think that anybody that's in music can say the same. And with that, we're going to listen to I've Been This Guy. You guys can see Leavin Page Town's been scrolling down there. Go check them out. Thank you guys for tonight, and we look forward to getting you back in the studio soon. We're going to hear about these experiences.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you so much. Have a great night.
You too.
Have you sat in the back of a beat-up car, safety vests and old car hearts? Have you worked 80 hours in a week, overtime and no time for sleep? Have you said things that you regret and never had the chance to take them back? Have you ever been the one to make her cry? I've been that guy. Have you had your heart melt while you held the hand of the woman you love, your best friend?
August 17th, y'all, this one's gonna be a fun one. We're going to go over some artist development stuff, and the top 6 get to join us at the finale. So come network, enjoy the fellowship of some fellow songwriters on a mission, and let's prove who's the best in Texas. We're going to go over artist development opportunities, sales training techniques, overcoming objection, how to maintain a positive mindset, and more. $20 entry, each artist plays 2 songs, and then we're going to play a fun game of musical telephone. Join us August 17th at EMP Studios. $20 entry for artists, just reserves your spot. Guests are by donation or online for free viewing.